Even I started with a zip. Let's get to that.
The views and opinions expressed by Zip is not always the views and opinions held by Zip. Sometimes they come from the cat. The cat doesn't identify as a cat. I believe it's a pit bull. So around here, we refer to it as pit cat. In this video, I'm going to be reacting to the interview that 6ix9ine did with Big Bank. But before we get into it, do me a favor. Start off on that like button, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when I drop these videos and all that. All right, so boom, check it. Shout out to my son Luce from Far Rockaway, you heard? Get it in bricks. He sent me that and said I should watch it, you heard? I was reluctant to do so because I don't really consume no content that 6ix9ine put out on the internet. I'm not into that. These dudes do bad, and that's it. I don't really watch nothing they got going on, you heard? But Bank be holding dudes accountable on his platform. So I figured he was going to hold 6ix9ine accountable, you heard? Plus, I heard 6ix9ine say this right here.
I just want to understand it from somebody who came up in that era. I just want to understand it from somebody who came up in that era.
All right, well, since you want to understand it, he wanted to understand it from somebody that came up in that era. I'm about to break this down, you heard? Because it's people that always give credit to these dudes that do bad, and I'm not one of them, you heard? I ain't giving no credit to nobody for nothing that they did bad. Once you do bad, everything you did before that, I don't care. I feel like you only did it because you knew you was going to tell one day. Like, if a dude put 3 or 4 people down, and we know about that in the hood, he's a stone cold killer, right? But then later on, he tell on people and all of that. Then I feel like he did that knowing in his mind he was never going to hold it down. That's different than what I was doing. When I was in the streets doing what I was doing it with the understanding that if I get caught, if you get caught, they gonna bury you. Ain't no telling on nobody and none of that. You gotta hold it down. You gonna have to take that to trial and beat it. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't really give no credit to nobody who did bad. Once you did bad, all that stuff you did before is irrelevant because you might have been doing it knowing you had a get out of jail free card. And a lot of people would do crimes if they didn't think they would go to jail for it. You understand what I'm saying? You would be way tougher in life if you didn't think you would go to jail for doing tough things. But because you know you will go to jail, you be like, I ain't doing that. But then sometime it be like, man, I don't care. I'm risking my freedom over that. You understand what I'm saying? All right, cool. Let's listen to some of the things that 6ix9ine and Big Bank talked about during the joint. And I'm going to react to it. It's short clips. All of them is short clips. Nothing too long. I think this is the first one right here.
Because I'm the only that did what I did, right? Sat on that stand and came out and wore it. I came out and said...
Is you really wearing it, though? Or is you doing things... I'm saying, is you really wearing it, though?
Bank. You don't think I'm wearing it? You ain't see me in that gym? You see me in that gym get jumped, right? I'm walking around with security and shit. Would that happen? I'm wearing it. I'm outside. You just see me perform at the club. Vlad was just here. I know you seen the Vlad interview. I just took the nigga out strip club. I'm not. These security that's here's my birthday. They got a gender reveal. How many people you seen here?
See that right there? That statement he made, that he the only one that did what he did and came home and standing on it. That statement let me know that he's not there mentally, you heard? First things first. 6ix9ine talk like the biggest, baddest gangster there was before he got locked up. The biggest, baddest gangster there was. Even though he had the rainbow dreads with the matching gold teeth and all of that, he was talking that talk and everybody know it. Once he got locked up, he didn't want to go to jail. He was facing 47 years. He told on them boys and came home. He felt like coming home, still talking like he the biggest, baddest gangster there ever was. He think that's standing on it. No. Standing on it would be getting out the way. Because that's how gangsters do. You could be a gangster Once you go bad, you get out the way, homie. Yeah, you out of get out the way, nigga. You don't keep talking like you tough, like you the biggest, baddest gangster in the world because, homie, this nigga's looking at you like, nigga, you a clown. You not like that. When it get real, you folded like a beach chair. Ain't nobody jacking none of that you talking about. So that's that like nobody understands. Nobody's jacking that you standing on nothing. You told on niggas. You ain't supposed to still be on the internet acting like you tough, yelling and screaming or loud and boisterous. You're not supposed to be doing none of that. You a mouse. Mice don't move like that. Mice don't move like that, respectfully. But here's another clip of something.
Why nobody gave these people the same treatment that they gave me?
Because it's like, bro, you can't compare yourself. I'm gonna keep it a brick. You can't compare yourself, bro. You got over 100 and some years, man.
All right, so I don't know if he got niggas over 100 and some years. I don't know if that's true, you heard? But what you mean why niggas ain't getting niggas the same treatment as they gave you? You was the nigga on the internet repping the gang, going crazy, yelling, screaming. Why you worried about how they treating you? See, you still want to be accepted. You still want to be accepted as this gangster, tough thug ass nigga, but you not that. You already told, you already found out, but you still trying to portray that image. The niggas that you on that platform, on that podcast talking about, you talking about niggas who, if they did bad, they ain't in the streets acting like gangsters no more. Niggas is talking about F the streets. 21 Savage was talking about F the streets. Gunna ain't been on no street-ish since he been home from jail. He been chilling. Young Thug been chilling. Why you trying to compare yourself to them? Meanwhile, you be on the internet acting like you still rolling around with the Billies. And then you said, you know what I'm saying, how you be outside and you ain't yo 6ix9ine. You don't really be outside like that, bro. Nobody know where that mansion you live at, and nobody know where that's at. You don't really be outside like that, man. Come on, B. What else you say?
I want you to look me in my eyes and what would you do?
Me? What would I do in that situation? First of all,
look me in my eyes, bro.
I'm keeping a break with you. I'm keeping a break with you.
I copped out to 47 years for I changed their life. Never did them no dirty.
Oh,
I never did.
What you mean copped out to 47 years?
My charge is my charge.
Oh, so you saying you was a part of the case and told?
You can't even keep it real. Like, you lying to yourself saying you copped out to 47 years. You ain't cop out to no 47 years or you still would have been in jail. I don't care what type of programs and all that they got in the feds. You wouldn't have made it home like a year later. You was in jail for like a year, 2 years. You wasn't in jail. You didn't do no 47 years. You lying. But what I'm saying is,
I want you to look me in my eyes and
what niggas would have did in your situation? Pick 12. That's what niggas would have did in your situation. Pick 12. You the one that had all of the money, right? Pick 12. Worst come to worst, you go to jail. And now you got niggas firing on them boys everywhere they go. You want to know what niggas from that era would have did? Hold on, what you said?
I just want to understand it from somebody who came up in that era. I just want...
With all that money you got, you was supposed to go to trial. Chances are you would have beat it. That was a flimsy case. That was a flimsy case. They needed you to seal a deal. So you supposed to go to trial. You supposed to walk that down. And then worst case scenario, you having them niggas fired on everywhere. And then if you beat it, same story. Where you niggas gonna live at now? You niggas done did me wrong. Where you niggas gonna stay at now? You wanna know from somebody that been in from that era? There's the answer. You said something else too. Hold on. Oh yeah, you said this right here.
The internet is the streets. It's not. It's streets that happen though. You get killed, you go to jail, but this ain't the streets, bro.
I think the streets that I don't think none of these loyal.
Exactly, because the internet.
So that right there, right? You think the streets is dead. We just spoke about how I don't feel like you be outside like that. You talked about you took Vlad to the strip club and there's people around you and yada, 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 yada. You used to be a videographer, you heard? You used to be the nigga editing, shoot the video, edit the videos. You know how to do all of that shit with the computer, you heard? I know that about you, you heard? You got in with the wrong crowd, started acting bad. That shit went bad. You did bad. It was all bad, you heard? Now you out here and you still acting like it's that type of Son, you not gonna walk down none of them blocks in bad style with that jury on and all of that without security. You talking about the streets is dead? So why not come outside with all of your jury? Why you not in Brooklyn with all of your jury? Why you not in the Bronx, Harlem? Why you don't go to O Block with all of your jury on if the streets is dead? See, like, you niggas that say certain things and, like, not fully be comprehending what y'all saying. The streets is dead? So why you got security? What you need security for? Them little girls that be screaming, running up on y'all niggas that's celebrities, they ain't gonna harm y'all. Y'all niggas got security because of them niggas in the streets. The wolves, the vultures, the gorillas, the snakes, the worms, and the roaches. That's why y'all got them security with y'all. You talking about the streets is dead? Where? Come through them streets. Them streets that you say is dead, come through them. You not gonna walk through Marcy with that chain you got on in that interview. You not gonna do that. That chain you let Vlad TV hold. You not gonna, you. Come on, son. Stop capping, you heard? Stop getting on the internet capping. That's basically all I really had to say about that interview. Like I said, man, son is a do-bad, and I don't really consume no content that son is putting out. And yeah, it's like you the one that did bad. Them was your mans. You was doing whatever you was doing with them. They flipped on you. That don't mean you could side with the law against niggas. Nah, nigga, you the nigga with the money. Nigga, use the money to do your thing because like you asked.
I just want to understand it from somebody who came up in that era.
As a nigga that went to jail for putting shit down and all of that, running around these streets doing what I do, thugging and bugging, I'm letting you know that's what you was supposed to do. You was supposed to go to trial, try to beat it. If not, go to them spots and be having the Mexicans fire on them niggas in every spot. You heard? Yeah, you got enough money for that. You could have been coming to the spot, $100,000, shut the spot down. Yes, next spot, shut it down. Everywhere one of them niggas went. That's what you was supposed to do. Nah, you sided with the government. And now you want niggas to act like you ain't side with the government. Like, so what? I did that. I still want to. Like, in your mind, you know you did bad. You're not an idiot. People could listen to you talk. People could tell that you're not an idiot. You understand what I'm saying? So you know what you did, and it's killing you inside that you can't come through Bed-Stuy like how y'all used to be coming through Bed-Stuy. You can't come through Manhattan. Like, what you was in that interview saying you from New York, you from New York, you from New York. You couldn't do that interview with him in New York nowhere. You couldn't do that interview with him in New York nowhere. Not and people know you there. You can't spin through, you can't come through New York like how other niggas be in New York. You can't do that. And that's why you mad. That's really why you mad. You want to be able to do that, but you forfeited that right. You forfeited your right to do that. Ain't no real niggas want to be caught standing next to you, like hanging out. Like Big Bang did that interview with you. I know somewhere inside he ain't really want to do that interview with you, but you know ain't no real niggas trying to sit next to you and stand next to you, party nowhere with you or none of that. That's why you in that mansion wherever you at with that Lamborghini, do your thing, you heard, but act like a nigga that done told on a bunch of niggas before. Let's get to that.
Let's get to that.
He said he got a zip for me shit. Let's get to that.
I zip niggas up, let's get that.